Most companies assume slow receivables are a timing issue. The money is owed. It will arrive eventually. So leadership treats delayed payments as a routine inconvenience. But structurally, slow receivables represent something very different. They represent an invisible financing decision. And in many companies, that decision is being made by customers instead of leadership. Inside most organizations, receivables are viewed as a normal accounting category. A sale is completed. An invoice is issued. Payment terms are set. The receivable simply sits on the balance sheet until payment arrives. From a reporting standpoint, nothing appears alarming. Revenue is recorded. The invoice exists. The customer relationship remains intact. Operationally, leadership attention tends to focus on metrics that appear more strategic. Sales growth, profit margins, customer acquisition. Receivables rarely receive the same level of scrutiny. As long as invoices are technically within payment terms, the situation appears acceptable. But when leadership begins to look at the operating environment more closely, a different pattern often emerges. Cash feels inconsistent. Operational decisions feel constrained. Hiring decisions are delayed. Investment opportunities are postponed. The business may appear profitable on paper, yet internally the organization feels financially tight. This is one of the most common operational contradictions inside growing businesses. Revenue appears healthy, yet liquidity feels fragile. The root cause frequently lies inside receivables. To understand why slow receivables create pressure inside an otherwise healthy company, it helps to examine what is structurally happening beneath the surface. When a company delivers a product or service and allows payment to arrive weeks or months later, the company has effectively extended credit to the customer. From the customer's perspective, this arrangement is convenient. They receive value immediately while payment can be scheduled later. From the company's perspective, however, this arrangement transfers control over cash timing. The business no longer determines when revenue becomes usable capital. The customer does. In practical terms, this means the company is financing the customer's operations. Yet unlike banks or lenders, most businesses do not formally recognize this financing decision. There is no credit evaluation. There is no pricing for the use of capital. There is no structured policy governing the cost of delayed payment. The financing simply occurs quietly inside the receivables category. Over time, this creates three structural effects inside the business. First, liquidity becomes unpredictable. Even when revenue is strong, the actual availability of cash depends on customer behavior. Second, management attention becomes diverted. Leadership begins spending time monitoring incoming payments rather than focusing on strategic growth. Third, operational flexibility becomes constrained. Decisions that require immediate capital must wait for receivables to convert into cash. None of these effects appear dramatic in isolation, but collectively, they create significant operational friction. To understand the full impact of slow receivables, it helps to examine the issue through three strategic lenses. These lenses reveal why receivables are not merely an accounting detail, but a structural business variable. 1. Liquidity velocity revenue measures value delivered to the market. Liquidity velocity measures how quickly that value converts into usable capital. Two companies can generate identical revenue. Both may report similar profit margins. Yet the company with faster receivable collection operates with dramatically greater flexibility. Faster liquidity allows leadership to make decisions confidently. They can hire when needed, invest when opportunities appear, absorb unexpected costs without disruption. The company with slower receivables experiences the opposite dynamic. Revenue exists, but operational decisions must wait for cash to arrive. Liquidity velocity therefore becomes a hidden competitive advantage. The faster a business converts revenue into cash, the more agile that organization becomes. 2. Invisible financing. The second lens is invisible financing. When receivables stretch beyond a reasonable time frame, the company is effectively lending capital to its customers. But this lending is rarely intentional. There is no formal credit structure. There is no interest rate. There is no financial compensation for the use of capital. This creates a quiet imbalance. Customers receive the benefit of delayed payment. The company absorbs the cost of delayed liquidity. Over time, this dynamic can significantly weaken financial stability. A profitable business may still experience persistent cash pressure because the organization is unintentionally financing customer operations. This financing is rarely visible on financial reports, yet its operational consequences are real. 3. Decision compression. The third lens is decision compression. When receivables move slowly, the leadership team begins operating inside a compressed decision window. Instead of planning months ahead, management focuses on the timing of incoming payments. Decisions become reactive rather than strategic. Projects that would normally move forward confidently become delayed. Hiring plans become cautious. Growth initiatives become conditional on near-term cash availability. Even strong opportunities may be ignored simply because liquidity feels uncertain. Over time, this compression reduces the organization's strategic range. The company becomes more conservative, more reactive, and less able to pursue opportunities aggressively. This effect compounds quietly, and it often explains why some companies appear stagnant despite strong demand in the market. For founders and executives, the implication is straightforward. Receivables are not simply an accounting entry. They are a liquidity management system. The speed at which revenue converts into cash determines how confidently the organization can operate. Businesses that actively manage receivables create financial stability. Businesses that treat receivables passively create hidden fragility. Two companies can generate identical revenue and serve similar markets. Yet the company that collects faster almost always operates from a position of strength. They can reinvest faster. They can absorb volatility more easily. They can pursue growth opportunities without hesitation. Liquidity speed amplifies strategic capability. Slow receivables reduce it. This difference is often invisible from the outside, but internally, leadership feels it every day. Revenue tells you how much value your company creates. Receivables determine how quickly that value becomes usable. The gap between those two moments is where many businesses quietly lose control of their financial stability. Most organizations work hard to increase revenue. Far fewer design systems that protect liquidity. Yet in practice, the companies that move cash faster almost always move forward faster. Receivables may appear to be an accounting detail, but operationally, they are one of the most important systems inside the business. There is another dimension leaders often overlook. Slow receivables do not only affect cash availability, they influence organizational behavior. When leadership begins operating in an environment where cash timing is uncertain, the entire company gradually adapts to that uncertainty. Finance becomes more cautious. Operations becomes more defensive. Managers delay commitments because they are unsure when capital will arrive. Even teams that are performing well begin to feel the effects of financial hesitation. This creates a subtle cultural shift inside the organization. Instead of thinking in terms of growth and opportunity, the company begins thinking in terms of protection and delay. Over time, this mindset spreads across departments. Projects move slower. Approvals take longer. Innovation becomes less frequent. All because the organization is quietly waiting for money that has already been earned. This is why receivables management is not just a finance function. It is a leadership function. The way a company handles receivables determines how confidently the entire organization can operate. And confidence in business is often the difference between momentum and stagnation.